Okay, let's get right into it. So I created this master document for myself over the years, just to sort of organize all the content stuff that I wanted to be able to do. Because whenever I sort of saw content online, or that how people would sort of educate people how to write content, uh, it was always incomplete. It was like, hey, focus on your keywords. It was do this, do that. You make sure you need to publish and backlinks and on-page SEO and how to set editorial calendars, and it was kind of madness, right? And once I organized all this stuff, I realized why, because it's just so much stuff to put on one thing. So when we think about writing blog posts, it's already somewhat hard enough. Maybe for some of you, it's an easy thing to do. But there's just so much that goes into the organization of all the different things you have to do because it's so competitive. I think the last statistic I saw out there that there was like a million blogs going online, or it's definitely over a million posts going up a day. But I think it was like a million blogs going on online. It's just insane the amount of competition out there. So this is going to help you, this process, organize all that so that you can beat the competition and at least generate, not necessarily beat, but compete with everybody else, and make sure that your blog is generating the traffic that you want it to, on a recurring basis. So if you look down at the bottom, there's 5 key, I forget what these are called, just like panes in this Excel document: personas, keywords, content ideas, editorial, and published stories. So you can think about these linearly. So we're going to do personas first, then identify our keywords, then content ideas from that. Then we're going to identify when we're going to publish those things, and then keep track of the published stories. So this is linear, okay? So anybody who's ever taken any of my other courses, if you haven't, I recommend those as well. Personas I am a stickler for, because you can't write, in this case, you can't write content if you don't know who specifically you're targeting. You may have one customer persona, but you may have more than one. So we're going to go in depth about how to create your customer personas, so that you can sort of understand who it is that you're targeting, what they want to read about, what kind of content they want, and how many articles you're writing for that persona type. So jumping into keywords, this is where it gets a little sophisticated, right? We're not going to, this class isn't specifically on SEO related items like keyword research, but we are going to touch on it so that you at least know what to do and look for as part of your content marketing efforts. Because the reality of the this world we live in is that Google search rankings, search engine rankings, are based upon a number. I think last I checked, it was it was 100, or it was a couple hundred different grading criteria, but one of the main ones is about how it ranks it is still keywords. It's how Google search algorithm identifies content that could be helpful, solutions to search requests. So we're going to understand just a little bit about how to sort of identify these things, but specifically in the same vein about how to sort of focus on which content ideas. So moving into that, content ideas, this is where you're going to keep your ideas and running titles for articles, identifying specific pieces of information, and some other stuff that I've picked up over the years about how to get more content ideas. So I have a few tricks here that, for the most part, people are like, I don't have any ideas, and I don't blah, blah, blah. Well, now you don't have to, okay? Because content marketing is really more than just I'm a creative writer. If you're a practitioner and you follow this process, you too can become a writer. Trust me, I've done it, and I never thought that I would be the last writer on the planet. Moving into editorial, this is where we organize articles to be published and some information about that. So this is sort of a living, real-time document. If you want to sort of plan 6 weeks, 8 weeks out, and then last, some published stories. Publishing, you'd like to think that is the last step, but it really isn't, because sometimes you haven't done enough internal linking, or if you've done external links but need to create content for internal links. Backlink strategy is still huge. It's how people reference articles. There's an entire dark side, black hat which is, not illegal per se, but it's penalized by search systems for backlinks to content. And so getting backlinks in a white hat manner, meaning you're getting people to reference your blog post either on social networks or in high ranking websites, is super important. And so we're going to come up with a little bit of a process. I'm going to show you some tools how to sort of manage some of the technical aspects of this and simplify your life a bit. So yeah, this document, really is just a cohesive process for organizing all of the things that you need to do and create a really, a very strong content marketing strategy, stronger than most people are going to be doing at a lot of major companies. Because a lot of times, those people have the name brand already in place, and maybe you have come from a company and you're just looking to upgrade. Great for you, but this should benefit anybody who is trying to use content marketing, which is still one of the most powerful organic ways to reach new customers as a growth channel today. So on to the next video.